the chances of something falling on you from a construction site are pretty slim indeed.
I always do. I always protect myself because I don't trust them.
Especially the fact there's so many cranes now in the different boroughs, it just makes you think twice, absolutely.
To tell you the absolute truth, I look up at the cranes now since I heard about this incident, and whenever I'm walking around in New York, I'm like looking around to make sure there's nothing falling.
All right, welcome you back to The Call. I'm Bill Boggs. We continue our discussions about the terrifying East Side crane collapse last Saturday. 7 dead, scores injured. As death rained from the sky, it awakened every New Yorker's quiet fear, reminding us tragically of the dangers that lurk above and below us as we go about our daily business. But last Saturday's urban nightmare raises even more eye-opening questions. Was it just an accident, human error, or the lazy abuse of an official who lied about checking the massive device's safety? What do you think? Call us toll-free at 866-NY1-TALK or email the call at NY1.com together with your first name and neighborhood. Here is our snap poll question again for Time Warner digital cable subscribers and for those of you on NY1.com. Should all construction sites involving cranes be shut down until the DOB can re-inspect them? A for yes, B for no, and C for not sure. We got your results coming up. Now tonight we also explore the human dimension of Saturday's disaster as we talk to someone whose life changed the instant the steel crashed from above. The owner of Fubar, the friendly neighborhood watering hole that was flattened into a mangled, unrecognizable pile of debris, a beloved hangout headed for the dumpster. And here's the owner, John LaGreco. And John, we met before the show. It's evident just by looking at your face that you have been deprived of sleep, a lot of tension. Let's take us through the story from your perspective going back last Saturday.
Oh, I could tell my part of the story is really horrific because I pretty much was going to be at the bar at 2 o'clock, wound up getting involved in a Yankee preseason game and decided to go in at 3.
Watching on TV.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And the crane hit at 2:20. So if I went on time to work, I would have been one of the bodies digging out.
And as it was, we have 2 people in your establishment, an employee and a neighbor customer, who were both injured. And they're in the hospital, correct?
They are. They are in the hospital, but they're doing very well. One of the employee of ours suffered 3 compound fractures on his femur. And the other individual who had an apartment upstairs rode the building down and was pummeled. And he had so much internal bleeding, they had to cut open his legs to bleed him out. Kind of like Mick did in Rocky 1, you know, cut the
eye.
So to get the blood out so you could see. So this guy can't even move his legs.
And you've been visiting them in the hospital. Now, let's go back a little bit further. How did you get the news? What did you feel? And what did you think and feel when you saw the site?
Oh, well, when I got the news, the Yankees messed up, so I went in the shower. My girlfriend came home and goes, John, that crane on 51st fell, and it might have fallen onto your bar. So I was panic-stricken because I instantly thought, oh my God, Juan's in there cleaning. And if he's in there cleaning, he's going to get pummeled. Yeah. So I put my sneakers on, and I ran as fast as I could to get down there. And once I got to the site, I was so winded that the police thought I was just another, you know, a freaked out guy. And then eventually they let me in because I had information, and I was mentioning these 2 guys' names, and they saw how panic-stricken I was, and an EMT guy came over and said, hey, listen, we pulled these 2 guys out. And it was such a relief, Bill. Yeah. I can't tell you the relief it was.
The post-traumatic situation for you, there is such a thing as post-traumatic syndrome, post-traumatic stress. What were the next couple of days like for you? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday?
Sleepless nights.
What's going on in your mind?
Oh, I'm freaking out. I'm thinking about the health of my friends. I'm thinking about the 7 lives taken. That's a massive thing. Right. 7 lives taken. Dead. And I mean, we're human. We could only we feel compassion. And for me, I've been overwhelmed. I've been overwhelmed. I have personal problems as well in my life.
know with your mother.
Yeah, my mother has cancer. It's like, when is it going to stop, you know?
Well, it's a test for you, and at some point in the future, you'll understand that you're a stronger man because you weathered the test. I assure you of that, but it's hard to really know and to feel that right now.
Thank you, Bill.
You're welcome. We have Joyce from East Harlem giving us a call. Joyce, you're on. Can you hear us? Joyce?
Yes, I'm here.
Stop mumbling to the people with you and talk to us. It's Bill Boggs here. What do you have to say?
I would like them to have more safety for these people that work on these high-rise.
Yeah, because...
Could someone design a parachute for them so that they can be saved? They don't have to die this way?
Parachute might not work, Joyce, but
won't work.
but your concern for safety is well taken.
Absolutely.
Let me go to an email here, and then I want your opinion of this.
Sure.
This is Donald, Upper West Side. Bill, I don't think Patricia Lancaster, that's the head of DOB, should step down since the inspectors only report to her. However, if she does not halt all crane activity until there's been a thorough investigation of all the sites, then she should step down because she's not overseeing properly. John, let me ask you this. What did you think before the crane accident when you looked up at the crane? Tell us your impressions of the crane.
This thing was a behemoth. It is a giant tower in the neighborhood. There's lots of little townhouses, and everyone in the neighborhood has been complaining about it. People at one of the local restaurants known as Pescatori is sitting there. People go out to smoke.
Pescatori, sure.
Yeah, you know the place. Yeah. People are out there smoking, and they're looking up, and the topic of conversation while they're smoking is this behemoth crane. And people are making jokes like, if this thing falls, forget about it. You know, it's unbelievable.
Give us, bring the camera back to John just for a second, if we can get John on camera. John, tell us what it looked like. You said an asparagus?
Oh yeah, in a couple of interviews, I said it was like a well-cooked piece of asparagus, you know,
going back and forth,
swaying in the wind like this.
So it did not look safe to you. You called in. Another quick call. Let's go to Eric right now. Eric, East New York, give it to us. What do you say? Eric, you're with us on the call.
Yes.
Yes, Eric.
Yes, I'm a construction worker, and I have a personal experience with that. And since I've been working construction, I haven't really been hearing that too many crane accidents. So this is a type of thing like once in a while situation.
Have you worked on cranes and things like that?
No, I haven't worked on.
Do you think there's a real fluke, huh? That's your view?
Well, it's probably a fluke because you don't really hear too much cranes falling in New York City.
No, but thankfully you don't.
But at the same token, I believe that it should be a thorough inspection involved, not just because of this incident, but
you're right, Eric.
That construction going on personally.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Eric. We have to take a break right now. We're going to come back with more of everybody's thoughts and obviously the results of our snap poll when the call continues, and John will continue with this as well.
I think, you know, if we lose one life, that's way too many at this point in time when you take a closer look at what we're doing.
Well, I definitely think that there needs to be some type of change. The person who was responsible for this should definitely be held accountable, because if they're not, then this can happen in the future, and there have been lives lost, and that's just not fair to those people and their families.
They need to be more careful about the way that they deal with things. They don't pay enough attention. They just let everything go because they just want to get it done as quick as possible and make all the money they can.
If you've got something to say, share your opinion on The Call, 1-866-NY1-TALK, or email thecall@ny1.com.